Welcome to night one of the honeymoon.
The GHOAT.
The GHOAT, the greatest honeymoon of all time.
GHOAT.
A whopping 30 plus hours to get here. It was worth it. We loved the first plane. We had the little Q suites separated.
It was pretty amazing, and the food was incredible, and you can order unlimited as many things as you want.
So then we landed in Johannesburg at 10 a.m. local time, and we got an amazing surprise. So we thought we were just gonna be staying in the Intercontinental Hotel.
We got a letter that said, surprise! I didn't want you to stay in the Intercontinental for your first 24 hours, so I booked you at this luxury, amazing resort, which is the Saxton, and that's where we're at right now. It was about a 40-minute drive from the airport.
Guys, I have been so excited. This has been a dream since I've been a kid, since watching Steve Irwin from back in the day was to go to Africa. And so tomorrow we head out to the bush, and Sam's really excited about the little bush airplanes that we have to fly in to get there. Next stop is the Seska Tented Camp, which we're very excited. We will be there for 3 days, so we'll catch you guys on the other side. We are at Seska Tented Camp.
Yes, in Thorny Bush.
In Thorny Bush, which is a part of Kruger National Park.
The past couple days have been unbelievable. We saw the Big Five a lot of times, which is rare. I
will say, yesterday was probably one of the coolest days of my entire life.
We saw a bunch of white rhinos the first day and today, which is really cool. We've seen 7 male lions and a bunch of females and cubs. It's been pretty insane. We saw leopards yesterday. And we are stalking a leopard about to make a kill.
So everyone was nervous, but
I was terrified that they were gonna come and jump on our truck and eat us. And I actually asked last night our tracker and our driver, I said, what happens when things like that happen? Like, what's our emergency plan? They're like, we all die. that was the real answer. It's faith. Like, you will die. Like, if this happens, something bad happens, we'll die. But he's been doing it for 25 years and nothing's ever attacked them. I think my new favorite animal is honestly elephants. We saw a little baby elephant.
I love the elephants, but I've fallen in love with hyenas.
Baby hyenas.
The little baby hyena dens, they remind me of the pups back home. But then the other cool thing is at the night safari, halfway through, we stop once again in the middle of Africa, sun's going down, and we have happy hour. And
yesterday we saw a black mamba, which is the most deadliest snake in the world. And we saw it crossing the road, and everyone's like, oh, it's gone, it's gone. And then when we turned around, I'm like, nope, we're gonna see it again. And yep, we saw the whole entire snake again.
And the baboon actually came up on our patio the other night because there was a food wrapper left out with nothing in it, and he just straight took it.
We should probably show you guys our room. It's really incredible.
Yeah. And it's cool. I mean, it's a tent. So this is a tented camp, meaning that we're actually under a tent roof. But then it's got built in with all of these like sliders. So when you wake up, I mean, you basically see there's a riverbed out here, the baboons outside.
A bird flew into our window the other day and we thought he was gonna die.
It is Sunday, April 3rd, and it is our last day in the bush today.
Speaking of the bush, it's behind us right now. We're sitting on our porch of our private...
It's a jungle residence.
It's a jungle residence.
So we're in the Sabi Sans, staying at the Delini River Lodge. Like, we've had giraffes come by here, we've had elephants come by here, we've had tons of different things coming out, and it's been really cool to hang out.
We had a great experience at lunch yesterday where an elephant was grazing underneath the resort. Remember, like, this is wildlife. Like, we are in the wild. I had that reminder several times yesterday, and I'll take you through that. And then all of a sudden, the elephant says, you know what, I want to come join ya. And literally crossed the boundary and the border, but the employees had to chase it off, and I got a really funny reel of it. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll see a reel of, oh no, where elephant kind of joins us for lunch.
Yeah, so this lodge where we're at right now, it's leopard territory, so it's known for leopards. They actually have to have a security guard walk us back because leopards just come and cruise through the camp here. We're out this morning and kind of doing our thing, and we had seen a bunch of cool stuff, and our guide pulls up to this area, and lo and behold, all of a sudden up in a tree, we see the cutest, littlest baby leopard cub. And we look down to the right of the vehicle, and there is the mama leopard in a bush with a dead impala. The mom was up on this mound over patrol, and then the baby hops down into the bush and just starts going and eating the impala.
The driver's like, whatever those two say, whatever Sam says happens.
It was crazy.
We're leaving the kill and the baby leopard and like high-fiving each other. We're like, we did that. We called that into the universe. And I think our powers are so much more intense here because of how special this place is. It's very, very, very magical. You just feel different here when you look up at the stars at night. It just feels like you're very in tune, you're very in touch. And so we leave and I go, well, let me think what else have we not seen that I think is like super rare and super cool?
Baby giraffe.
Even our tracker, Colbert, for like the past 16 years been out here, looked at me like I was nuts. Cannot make this up. Our guide, Tim, goes, baby giraffe. There's a baby giraffe. And he looks straight back at me and I go, told you I can bring things in. And so we do not have an up close picture yet because there's a rule that you actually can't drive the truck up to giraffes, like, because they scatter really quick and they get scared, and so you can't go up to giraffes like you can with like these leopards and these lions. They don't really care as much, so we had to stay from afar.
Those were the highlights of the trip. Let's talk about the low light of the trip.
I was just gonna go into like Africa being real.
Yeah, but like we said,
wildlife.
This is Africa. Like there are no fences behind us. Like animals can cruise right up.
Maybe I should manifest a leopard jumping up on our deck right now because they actually have had that happen and drank out of this pool before.
Holy shit! That is the only way to explain what just happened. We're literally sitting in the pool and talking like, okay, if a leopard was to walk up to us right now, what would we do? And I told her everything I've learned from Nat Geo Graphics. You walk really slowly, you back away. All of a sudden, all these birds, these little pheasant things go.
Then we see
we're watching elephants walking.
Watching elephants walking across our rivers. We're in the pool having a romantic moment. And then all of a sudden,
we hear these birds. And I literally turn and I'm like, oh, what if there was a leopard? I turn and make eye contact with the leopard that was literally 15 feet from our pool. I grabbed the GoPro and literally slowly going, and this leopard came straight up to where we were at in the pool and walked across our deck. Oh my gosh, that was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's literally right outside, and I hope the footage is on here. But the bugs are also real, and Samantha.
And the snakes are real. And I'm being really chill right now on this deck, I'm not gonna lie.
We were being walked back by the security last night. We walk into the room, there's this spider, and it's, when I say spider, like it was a pretty good sized spider on the ground. Security guy, like, you gotta take care of the spider before you go. And so they have a rule, which is great in Africa. They don't kill wildlife, right? It's a very spiritual, beautiful place, and they don't believe in hurting wildlife regardless of what it is. So it was good, because I probably would have just, gotten rid of the spider, but now I know better. And so the security guard goes and grabs a tissue from the bathroom, and he's gonna go get it. And as he grabs it,
he like bursted a sack of live baby spiders. There were a lot of baby little micro spiders everywhere, and Jeff goes, stop them! And he goes, no! Let me get a towel! And he sweeps them out the door. I did take my peaceful sleep spray and spray every crack and boundary in the room, including my body, about 1,500 times, and yes, I really did not sleep at all. I mean, there's a lot of bugs, and I'm kind of at my limit now, and I love you, Africa, and this has been great, but I'm ready for a hotel that doesn't need a key to lock you inside and outside just in case a monkey tries to unlock it.
We are from the Silo Hotel in Cape Town. And before this, we were in the Winelands for a couple of days.
The Winelands was my dream hotel. I was looking forward to booking it, one, because it was like a palace in the middle of wine country, and I felt like we were a queen and a king. It was amazing. We did a lot of vineyard tours. We also got the chance to ride horses from vineyard to vineyard.
We had an incredible dinner while we were there too.
Yeah.
At Chef's Warehouse at a hotel.
I would say the highlight of our trip at the Winelands and also here in the city of Cape Town has been the food.
Yes, we're now at the sister property of La Residence, where we were at before, and this is the Silo Hotel, like we said, and it is crazy. It is like right in the middle of a downtown area in Cape Town. Beautiful. It's like, we've had an amazing couple of days where we've been touring around the city. We did a cooking class yesterday with a local person that lives there. She brought us into her house, and we cooked some local tradition food. We went and took a trolley, like a tram cable car, to the top of Table Mountain, which is the highest point out here, and explored
above the clouds. Super cool.
Yeah, we did
very windy.
A little shopping and walking around town. And then
the stores are amazing, very chic, very modern. I could totally live here. It's beautiful.
And I would say the highlights of last night, we went to this really cool speakeasy. So it was kind of based off the Prohibition days of the 1920s. And so one of our local guides had told us about it. You have to get a secret password to get in. But it was cool. They take you down this like fake alleyway.
With like underwear hanging up, like pretending to dry. It's really funny.
But we just met the bartenders, and the first, I don't know, maybe hour we were there, we were just by ourselves inside the speakeasy, just hanging out with the locals and had a great experience. And then we had an amazing dinner last night.
The city was popping last night. It's something called the first Thursday of every month, is where they close down streets. Like they physically close down the police, they close down the streets, and there's a huge party up and down all the bars and all the restaurants, which is really cool to see.
And so today we were supposed to have a jam-packed day starting at 8 a.m. We were supposed to do Great White, or I was supposed to do cage diving with Great White. Sam was gonna be amazing.
Eat chickens out.
Yes, no way, that is not what happened. Yeah, right. And then we were supposed to go kayaking, but the weather has been crazy here. It has been windy, and so all water sport activities were canceled, including the kayaking. On top of that, the great white sharks actually aren't coming to Africa right now. We found out because the orca whales have actually been attacking them. So instead, we just kind of slept in, and then what do we do this afternoon?
We drove all the way around Cape Town, actually the borders, and we went all the way around and we got to see the most expensive neighborhoods where like the celebrities live. We drove into a small town that's all based off of horses, which you guys know I'm obsessed with. There's horses everywhere. We ate at something called the Food Barn, which was a Michelin star chef, not a restaurant. And then we went to this small little famous ice cream shop. But now we are gonna go actually enjoy drinks on top of our roof, the rooftop lounge at the Silo Hotel. We heard that people beg to get in, and if you're not staying at the hotel, they say, no, sorry, only for residents only. So, and then we're having dinner at the Granary, which is the restaurant at this hotel. And then we have a flight really early tomorrow morning to Seychelles. We are about to kayak into this amazing ocean. I'm not gonna lie, I'm beating another fear. We're kayaking to another island and I'm snorkeling. I'm gonna get this hair wet. I am just gonna live the dream on this trip. Here we go. If you're ever thinking about coming to Africa, you really should. It's very, very special. Very, very, very special and spiritual. And you just feel something different here. It's pretty magical, so.
And you have no control over anything out there. And you realize that your problems, when you look at the comparison of the sky above and the country that you're in, is nothing, right? Like the things that seem such a big deal or insurmountable is just nothing. And it really puts things into perspective here, how we're just all on this planet together trying to survive, and it's just kind of a blimp in time and a blimp in the big space that's this world in general.
Yeah, so live your life to the fullest, because you never know when's gonna be your last breath. Maybe a lion den that decides to fight over the last piece of meat and you're right in the middle of it.